The man poured the entire bottle of poison onto the ground. His only purpose was to make sure wild wolves wouldn't tear apart his son's body. But just as he left, a vulture suddenly swooped down from the sky. It was about to rip into the boy's flesh when suddenly his eyes flew open. Groaning in pain, he grabbed the vulture in an instant. Using all his strength, he hurled it straight into the gorge. That's when he realized he was lying at the edge of a cliff. If he stayed there, he would eventually die of hunger and thirst. So he made a reckless decision. He began climbing down the cliff slowly. But fate played another trick. His foot slipped, and he was about to fall when he managed to grab a crack in the rock. Now he was left dangling in the middle of the gorge. Suddenly, rain began to pour from the sky. His grip was weakening, his strength fading. When he looked down, the rising water had turned into a raging river. The boy took a deep breath, gathered courage, and leapt. The next morning, when his eyes opened, he was lying on the riverbank. His right leg sticking out of his boot was badly wounded. He picked up a piece of wood lying nearby and hastily made a splint. After hours of walking, he once again reached the top of the gorge. There he saw a gravestone with his own name carved on it. His father had already assumed he had fallen into the gorge and died. But then he spotted a pack of wolves in the distance. They were charging straight toward him. Panicked, he began to climb a tree. But just then a wolf lunged at his injured leg. The boy quickly pulled out his knife and struck back. Somehow he managed to save himself and climbed onto the tree. The wolves barked and snarled beneath him all night long, refusing to leave. By morning, the pack finally moved on, except for one wounded wolf. The boy crafted a spear and prepared to finish it off. But when he saw its miserable condition, his heart melted. He tied its mouth with a rope found in a nearby cave and slept there. When he woke up the next morning, the wolf had freed itself from the rope, but it didn't attack him. The boy placed water before it. The wolf understood this human was not an enemy. A little later, the boy went out to hunt. By sheer luck, he caught a rabbit by striking it with a stone. He carried it back to the cave and rubbed sticks together to start a fire. After much struggle, he finally roasted the rabbit. The wolf kept staring hungrily at the meat. The boy smiled and said, "If you want the meat, you'll have to behave like a gentleman."